Finally back from work and ready to make some more videos for you guys. So I can't tell if I'm a little narcissistic saying this, a little arrogant, but I think that, like, somebody from Force of Will either has my house bugged, they're reading my mind with crazy sonic, crazy psychic, crazy mind-reading powers that haven't really been released on the Apple Store yet, or, this is the craziest of them all, they actually listen to stuff that fans post onto their Facebook page or go on the internet and stuff. So literally right after, like, and again, this is where my arrogance kind of comes in, or maybe this is just me being a bit of a goofball, but this could have been just really, really good cosmic comedic timing. But literally a day or two, you guys can even check the date stamp of the first half, the more ranty half of my pre-release box kit for Winds of the Ominous Moon video. And if you look at the date, it's, I don't know, sometime in early-ish, mid-ish June, and not a day or two later, on the Facebook page, consecutively for the next 3, 4, 5 days, they post just a massive backlog of the story, the lore for this last set, and actually a little chunk of the previous set, or sorry, a little chunk of the previous block. And this was after I made like a decent chunk of that rant video being about like, yo, how about you guys get the lore going again, because we haven't gotten anything since pretty much the end of, what was it, the Time Spinning Witch. And I mean, to some extent, even the what's the Advent of the Demon King. So there was a lot of lore that we were missing, and I made a bunch of complaints about stuff, and I got a decent amount of responses. And I mean, it wasn't me trying to be like, oh, I'm a fan, therefore I need to get absolutely everything I want, but it was me as a fan literally just making honest concerns and voicing them about the current state of affairs in Force of Will, a card game that I absolutely love, and a card game that I really enjoy playing and making videos about. So I can't tell if that's a thumbs up for Force of Will for listening, or if it was just really, really good timing, or maybe I'm just going insane and everything is just a figment of my imagination. I've just been sitting in a shack in the middle of the woods trying to rip up little pieces of cardboard. Anyway, so as I guys told you, as I told you guys in the pre-release kit box opening, I do in fact have 2 of the booster boxes that I bought at the same time, and I'm going to be, I guess, ranting about miscellaneous garbage, and I'm going to go a little faster than the pre-release kit, obviously, because, you know, like, there's a lot of videos on YouTube already doing this stuff, and the pre-release kit actually got almost all of the cards in the set, which I was pretty psyched about. Though, strangely enough, and I don't remember if I actually mentioned this in the video, I think I did in the second video, but I didn't get a single Welser. I didn't get a single Welser in the equivalent of 2 boxes. And, like, for my new like, Gil Alhamet deck, you know, anytime I hear a new deck, if it's not something with Dayman, it's always going to be my new, like, 17th version of Gil Alhamet, the greatest ruler ever, because he's amazing, and his lore, actually, the funny thing is, oh, here we go, the newest chunk of lore, that actually hasn't even been English translated, is actually one of the awesome dudes on the Facebook page, posted, I guess, his, like, loose English translation of the Japanese lore post. Oh, actually, let's see what's the promo in here. And the funny thing is that the one bit that hasn't been translated to English is probably the coolest part of the lore so far, which is the stuff concerning Gil's background. Oh, and here we have a pretty cute card called a Beady Beady Ball. That's the promo for the set, I guess. Yeah, and also the stuff that has to do with Gil and his past from, I guess, back in, like, so we think this is a past set, but really it's actually still happening in the present, but it's only in the past because Kaguya mixing with Flute, making the Time Spinning Witch, is essentially taking all of Re-Earth back 10,000 years and all this stuff. And the cool thing is that apparently Gil, who becomes Gil Alhamet later, not Gil Lapis, in the original timeline, in the past, I guess, he's a human, His mom has crazy magical powers because of a pendant, which actually becomes his ultra magic stone later. His village gets destroyed for that magic stone. His mom dies. I think his dad dies too. I can't remember if his brother, that's the big part, his brother Gil Lapis dies immediately, or if he dies later. I just had like a quick skim through the lore of that one. And essentially what happens is that he progresses through time, he becomes a pupil of Lorite, then he kills Lorite, and he has his seven disciples, or 7 pupils, or whatever, you know, the Lumerians, become his homies. And then they essentially kill, and this is the crazy part, which kind of takes a shit on this set because it paints all of the new heroes and all the new races as really, really evil. The people that were responsible for destroying his village and killing his people and all that stuff and essentially just messing up his entire life and making him hate the world were the mermaids, dragonoids, and what are they? The pandas. So that's why in the re-earth of what is it, Lapis Cluster, none of those races exist, because essentially after he gets the 7 Lumerians, you know, like Sol, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, all those guys, once they join his crew, he uses their magic, and then I imagine the magic of the taboos, the 7 taboos or whatever, you know, like the stuff from, well, the current set that just ended, and technically the Lost Tombs, because the Lost Tombs actually is meant to be a prequel to Lapis Cluster, because it shows Gil becoming Gil Alchemat, the master of the taboos or whatever, which are the, what is it, the floating isle, the thunder cave, the dragon god dude. Anyway, so he becomes a master of those taboos, essentially genocides the 3 new races from Rhea Cluster, and then using his power of the Ultra Magic Stone, the power of the Dragonoids, and specifically sealing away Flute, and on top of that, having the 7 Lumerians on his side, he becomes Gil Alchemat, the Emperor, and then he like becomes King of Altia and tries to come over and conquer Ray Earth in the beginning and throughout most of Lapis Cluster. And then he takes, I can't remember if it's a piece or the entirety of the soul of Ragnarok, and puts it into a body that he creates with his magic, which is essentially Gil Lapis from Lapis Cluster, to bring his brother back to life, which doesn't make any sense, really, because it's the soul of some sort of evil world-ending dragon dude. So anyway, I thought the story was really, really cool, and my long, stupid, like, side comment aside, the reason why I think this whole thing is super hilarious is that the coolest part of the lore, even after all of the amazing efforts that they put in, and I'm still going to give you a thumbs up, I'm still going to tip the hat to you, devs at Force of Will and guys working on like the story and stuff like that, but even with all that cool stuff, the coolest part of the story, in my opinion, that we couldn't already kind of like, this and Rhea being from outside of Ray Earth and being like Mikage's daughter with the ability to like see into the future or whatever, that stuff was new. There's no way we could have known that from reading the cards. But all the coolest stuff, there's no way we could have really guessed from reading the flavor text and stuff like that, was stuff that you haven't translated yet. So that stuff hasn't been posted yet as of the making of this video. Who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong and they're actually reading my brain right now and they're ready to, yeah, like post it and make me look like a total jackass. But anyway, so let's, I don't know, let's look at the first pack. We got Firebird, Wings of Ragnarok, Fifth Element, Time Composing Elf, Blue Leaf, Technique Gem Warrior, oh, a full art, Inheritor of the Stars, Gil Lapis. Very nice. I can go right there. And then our rare is Life or Death Struggle. Boop. Winds of Guidance, and Vivian, the Envoy of Rebirth. Ooh, I don't know what the setup looks like. Can you guys see that? Ooh, scooch that down, scooch this down. Discards can go over here. And then the willpower can go over there. But yeah, okay, let's let's get to the parts where I nitpick stuff, because that's what brings me great, dark, chaotic, evil pleasure. So aside from essentially the coolest part of the new lore not being revealed yet, as of the making of this video, asterisks, Leaf Assassin, Windblade Elf, sorry. We've got Isolate, Witch's Lament, the Dragon Lord's Breath, Withering Winds. Ooh, another full art White Leaf. That's nice. I'm gonna put that over Gil over here. We've got another Paleo's Cook Sylvia. I totally thought this card was going to be a lot harder to come across, but apparently not. Another A Journey to the Future and A Mother's Love. Yeah, so aside from that first gripe about the lore, what did you guys think of the bits about Rhea? Like, I'm actually legitimately interested to get people's impressions on that. And kind of like the really, really contrived way that they managed to make Kaguya kind of like the main antagonist and main driving force of this particular story. And again, they haven't released the whole lore. They haven't released the lore for, I guess, up to the end of the Ominous Moon yet. Magic Soldier of Time, Jewel Illusion, Praying Mermaid, Zhang Zhang's Bodyguard, Lightning Speed Crash, Demon in the Moonlight, ooh, a full art Windblade Elf, another Vice Leader of the Chivalrous Thieves Blazer. We're going to put the poop there and the boop there. Then we've got Lava Majin and Spirit of Time. Did you guys just like get the feeling that like maybe they come up with maybe a general structure? Let's say a general structure for what the sets are all going to kind of line up to do in the overall story of the block. But then kind of the nitty-gritty stuff they just kind of come up with as they go along. Like, I can't tell if they do what Magic does, where they come up with their stories like years ahead. Or they kind of just, it's like, okay, well, we got to make Kaguya the bad guy this next one, and then this has to lead into Valhalla. That's all. And then we're going to have this new character named Rhea, and then maybe let's make some stuff about Gil Alhamat's, like, backstory. And then they kind of just make it up as they go along. They make up, like, Welser kind of seemed like a little contrived, because he comes out of nowhere, then dies, and then comes back, and he ends up being, like, Feith Singh's great-grandfather, or some crazy, wacky jumbo-wumbo like that, and then the mermaids are there, and then the dragonoids are there, and then, like, freaking Grimm's castle ends up being the castle of the pandas, and that's where fairy tales are from, that's where pandas are from. Like, a lot of this stuff is interesting, but if we're just talking, like, natural story progression kind of flow, it doesn't make much sense. And I get it, like, this is meant to be almost like the past, but it's being muddled with by a character who's currently existing from outside of that past, which is Rhea, and it's creating some sort of weird parallel universe. But, like, if the original version of this past without the time-spinning witch getting involved and without Rhea getting involved was that these different races essentially annihilate Gil's, like, people and the humans and all that stuff, and then somehow they all get genocided, and in the future we have, like, fairy tales and Grimm and all this stuff, like, I imagine this is all happening on Re-Earth. I don't know the lore before Alice Block. I mean, I could read it, but that takes effort. Like, I don't know, just to me it seems a little rushed, a little contrived, a little confusing. I'm using that word way too much. Anyways, we got Mount Holy Bodyguard Squad, Power Strike, Sprinting Time Horse, Requiem of the Soul, Essence of Void, Firebow Elf. We've got Vivian the Envoy of Rebirth is the full art. Oh, another Prismatic Flame. I actually really like that card. I might be forced to use that Welser that Dayman gave me back in the day and actually make a Welser deck of my own. Winds of Guidance and Meditation. But I don't know, I don't know, like, I really enjoy the lore. I didn't originally start playing the game paying attention to the lore very closely, and I kind of regret that because I feel like I really would have enjoyed the progression of Lapis Cluster a lot more. It had some of the strongest lore in my opinion. There was a lot of mystery, but it was mystery done in such a way that it kept things interesting while also progressing a very logical storyline. Whereas if I can kind of rip off the thought patterns of a lot of amazing film critics on YouTube, there's this stupid principle that J.J. Abrams uses, which is the mystery box, which is setting up essentially a lot of questions that don't have a lot of grounding in what's currently happening or currently being revealed to the fan base or to the audience in the case of films, and then kind of just setting up unnatural amounts of interest and hype to try to carry a story that isn't as strong, and then they'll just arbitrarily either discard those points of intrigue or just answer them in a non-satisfying way later on, which I feel like that was a lot of Rhea Cluster for me. There was a lot of mystery set up that were kind of all just tied up nicely in the last couple of lore bits that they released that, like, they don't make logical sense in the progression and the reveal of information to the fan base through the cards and through the events that we can kind of understand, right? We've got Red Leaf. We've got Sleeping Vampire. We've got Jewel Illusion, Power of the Emperor, Bloodied Winds, Power Gem Warrior, a Full Art Time Composing Elf. Very nice, very nice. Boop. Ooh, another Time Reversal. I'm excited about that. That's going to have to go into my Rhea deck. We've got Lightning Waterfowl and Time Dilation. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys like feel about that? Do you think that I'm just kind of pulling stuff out of my ass and I'm trying to be a little bit too elitist when it comes to the way that I talk about essentially a fictional anime Japanese card game world? Or if I don't know. I don't know if I forgot a point, you know? But that's how I feel right now. There's actually, so they've released the images for the new rulers. I can't remember if they released all 20 of them or just a few of them from this new upcoming Valhalla set. And the art on some of them look cool. I know that there's a lot of people that are super excited for the Cat Ninjas. Aura of Hope, Firebird, Wings of Ragnarok, Time Composing Elf, Blue Leaf, the Mount Hole Bodyguard, another gorgeous full art Red Leaf. The Ethereal Wind Magic Stone is the rare. Oh, and we got my boy, the Panda Carpenter. We'll put that aside because it's an awesome card. And Vivian, the Envoy of Rebirth. And actually, the funny thing is that that one ruler, that one art, or whatever, the Cat Ninjas, it's not even confirmed to say that that's gonna be a ruler. Those were just little sneak peek reveal images. But I think out of all of them, the one that I think looks the coolest... Actually, there's two things that I'm excited for this new set. One is the image I'm about to tell you about, the one with the chick holding like the flaming circular scythe sickle things. I think that's the coolest of what could potentially be a ruler or just revealed resonator or just a revealed chant. We got Black Leaf, Demon of the Moonlight, Earthquake Observer, Rhea's Gale, Isolate, the Dragon Lord's Breath, a full art Requiem of the Soul. What does this one do? Put target resonator from the graveyard into hand. It's not bad. It's not bad. Then we've got Leaf Paladin. And to finish off this pack, we've got the End of Possession and Scarlet's Testament. But yeah, so she's the only one that really makes me excited for this upcoming set, though I'm still gonna hold true. I'm not gonna pre-order anything. I'm not gonna do any box openings close to release, though knowing my luck, I'll probably be at work during that time anyway. If Dayman does anything, I'll make sure to post his content, pre-exposure and advertisement and all that stuff for video games before they were completed and before they were released is happening with everything. They're making movies that have trailers that are better than the actual film, and I guess now we're getting into card games where the hype is bigger than what the set or the cards end up being. So I don't know, just be wary, guys. I'm not saying don't buy the new set. I'm just saying I'm not going to immediately, and I'm going to see if it's worth it based on essentially the hype it generates. We've got the Whirling Winds, Blue Leaf, Power Strike, the Technique Gem Warrior, Requiem of the Soul, my boy Earthquake Observer. We got a full art Aura of Hope. Nice, I might be able to bling out a deck with full arts of Aura of Hope. The rare is the Destruction of Time. We've got another Last Ounce of Strength, which I think is a garbage card, and the Last Audience. Ooh, actually, I can't remember. I didn't see any posts, but have they had Collinsville yet? The GP for Collinsville, I think it's the second last one in North America. We've got that one, and then the one that I hope to go to with Dayman and Teacher, which is the Denver, Colorado one. So I'm excited to see that one. But yeah, what were the results? Do you guys know if it's happened yet? Like if if the hype from Sherry being knocked down in percentage from Rome because they said, hey, let's only do Rhea Cluster, if it's actually held up, which I don't think it has because the stuff in North America hasn't switched to Rhea Cluster only yet, so... Okay, we've got Grimia's Fairy, we've got Firebow Elf, Resistor of Destiny, Fairies of the Holy Tree, Magic Soldier of Time, Time-Bound Spirit, oh nice! Full art Journey to the Future. Hate the art. I hate the art so much, but that's nice. Oh no, I'll put it in my red deck. Boop. Ooh, and then another Arrival of the Heroes. Ooh, I'm actually curious about something on this one. If you could choose one, prevent all damage, that would be dealt 2 Resonators. Damn it! I was really hoping that this one was prevent all damage to J/Resonators, because that'd be awesome. Lava Magian and Blast of Light. Ooh, here's another thing, guys. Are you guys getting hyped for the release of the Force of Will rewards prizes for this block? Like, I'm excited to see what they come up with. I can't say that I'm super pleased with what they've been doing for the inbox promos and all that stuff. Like, I absolutely fell in love with what they did with the dating sim and the all-girls, like, high school band inbox promos, which I think were just amazing and creative and interesting. But I'm hoping that what they do for the release, and I'm going to make a separate video for this, I'm going to get Dayman's input on it, but what I'm really hoping they do for the release of the Force of Will rewards for 2018 and for Rhea Cluster is more alternates rather than the current rulers that existed in the set, and then doing the Ubers of the ones that didn't already get inbox Ubers. So we've got White Leaf, we've got Witch's Minion, the Honorable Thief Guild member, Reyes Gale, Firebow Elf, Fifth Element, a full art Scarlet's Testament. Boop. Man. We've got, ooh, another Second Advent of Hope Grimia. I have to find a way to make that work into stuff. Nice. We've got Glint of Insight, which is a card that I really need to put into my rare deck, and Were-Rabbit of the Null Moon. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I really want to get alternates, like having grown up Pandora as a ruler you can get for the one of the lowest blocks, or having almost like, what is it, Wicked Spirit version of Freyla as the ruler, or I don't know, stuff like that. It's just like different, the alternates of stuff rather than Ubers, because then, I don't know, it's a little bit lazy on the artistic side of things. And Ubers are really cool, but this set has kind of done some pretty unsavory things with Ubers, essentially just flooding the market with Ubers for cards, and then having like different versions of those cards and different Ubers and all that stuff. And it essentially took the heart and the shine out of pulling an Uber. I've personally never pulled an actual Uber from a box. It's never happened to me yet. Like, Teacher's done it a bunch of times, Dayman's done it a bunch of times. And of course, I don't include the Ubers that came out in one of the mid sets. I can't remember if it was Time Spinning Witch or Advent of the Demon King, you know, the ones that were the inbox promos where they took the old rulers, or I guess the set rulers, the pre-built booster box rulers, and then released them as Ubers. But I've never pulled one. And if they keep doing this where they just have inbox Ubers, then not only does it flood the market with Ubers, and people aren't usually ever happy about that, and definitely the resale market doesn't enjoy that, and then people who sell the cards are going to lose interest in supplying their shops with it, and then people who play it, who can't have access to the internet and buy stuff, or they don't want to put their information out there, they're not going to be able to have a readily available supply for the cards, and then communities fall apart, and then suddenly there's anarchy in the streets, and then Japan has to apologize? I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, Firebird. Jewel Illusion, my boy Earthquake Observer, the Dread Touch, the Resistor of Destiny, Sleeping Vampire, a full art Power Strike. Boom. We've got the Reincarnation of the Holy Tree Yggdrasil. Another one of my favorite cards from this set, Naughty Child's Chastising, and the Three Sisters of Time. So I haven't been paying too much attention to what's been going on in the FoW YouTube community in the last little while, just because I have been at work. But like, what have you guys been making for content recently? Like, I haven't been seeing any crazy deck builds yet for CL, the new feast thing. I haven't seen new updated and probably like face stomping Rhea decks. Like, I've already got a couple of ideas, and I know that Nowhere's worked on the newest COG deck build, and I think Dayman's working on absolutely perfecting his character deck and working on a new guild, the Gift of Conjurer deck. I know that I think Teacher has perfected his Zero deck, but I don't know. What are you guys making for content these days? We've got White Leaf, Power Strike, Blue Leaf, Zhang's Bodyguard, Red Leaf. Oh my god, I've got almost every leaf in this set. Do you guys see this? Red, blue, and white. The only thing I needed was Black Leaf, and then I got all the different colors. We've got Honorable Thief Guild member. We've got, oh, very nice. Oh, okay, a little, I'm gonna use the word errata, but it doesn't make sense here. A little correction from what I said on the last video. I didn't have a full art, so I didn't see it, so like, just imagine seeing like only that. But this analyst of the ocean floors, Allosaurus, is in fact not a mermaid. He's just some guy wearing really weird pants that kind of look like, I don't know, a mermaid leg fin thing. So Yaski, there we go. Heroic, Epic of the Thousandth Night, that's the rare. Then we've got Restoration and Ground and Air Supremacy. Oh, also I got a chance to talk to the boys and ask them about their pulls, and apparently they pulled a decent amount of CLs, but none of them pulled a Rhea, so I thought that was interesting, just to kind of chime in with the percentages for ruler pulls I was talking about in the last couple of videos. Like, it seems that the ruler pulls are all over the place, but I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky and I'll pull another Rhea, and then I can gift it to one of my dudes. We've got Firebird, Grimia's Fairy, Time Composing Elf, Leaf Fairy, Mount Holy's Bodyguard Squad, Aura of Hope. Ooh, a full art bird cooking. Very nice. That can go there. Oh, and pulled another Inheritor of the Stars, Gil Lapis, the Were-Rabbit of the Null Moon, and Reincarnation of the Soul. Okay. So, the next little bit of lore that I'm hoping to find out in the, I guess, in the post stories, because really there's no reason for this stuff to be revealed in Valhalla, because I don't imagine this character will be reoccurring, but I'd really like to find out who Ryula and Viola's mother is, right? Because she shows up in that card called A Mother's Love, but she doesn't have a resonator as far as I know. And that's, I don't know, I find that interesting. Pretty much anything related to Altia and to the Dragonoids that helped out Gil Alhamat always interests me. We've got Jewel Illusion, Technique Gem Warrior, Power Gem Warrior, Dread Touch, Earthquake Observer, Burnt Cooking, a full art Dark Bakuro. Nice. We've got Drifting Little Moon. Boop. Oh, see, this is the card I was talking about. So that's Ryula, Viola, and their mother, which we don't get a name for as a character. And Invitation to Valhalla. And I don't know, I'm really curious to find out what's the deal with that. And yeah, so like I get they're kind of like sweeping the whole Rhea cluster storyline kind of under the rug because they're immediately jumping to a new world in the next set. They're going back to Valhalla with that rabbit dude. But like, are we not going to get resolutions for anything? Like, what's going to happen to Re-Earth now that Kaguya is back to normal Cog? Like, what's going to happen to all the characters that are currently outside of Re-Earth that are chilling on that random planet thing that were managed to be saved from the reversion of time and all that stuff? Like, there's a lot of loose ends and they're going to a whole new world with stuff. And like, okay, I get it. I sound like a massive hypocrite because I just finished ripping on Force of Will for going, yeah, Force of Will, you're going back to an old world that I haven't even seen yet, but whatever. You guys aren't being creative or anything. But then you're leaving so many unanswered questions and essentially like an alternate version of the world that we've been dealing with for the longest time kind of just suspended, not doing anything. And then a bunch of rulers outside of that world that aren't doing anything. Like, are they all just gonna kind of pop into Valhalla from outside of the world now? Are they punking us with this whole 20 rulers thing? Is that just gonna be like a, ooh, buy the decks, and then the second or third set of the cluster, all the old rulers that are chilling outside of Re-Earth are gonna show up. Hey, you guys want some Atlas? Oh, jeez. I'm getting too excited. So we've got Herbivorous, Burbivorous, the Sprinting Time Horse, Gramia's Fairy, Fifth Element, Dark Bakuro, Isolate, a full art, a glorious full art Time Reversal. That's going in there. The Heroic Epic of the Thousandth Night, boop. And then to finish it off, Scarlet's Testament and the Beast of Light. So you guys are going to have a little ceremony to respect the dead as soon as Lapis Cluster rotates. I don't know, I think I might get a little dramatic and make like a little funeral pyre for my Gil Alhamet. Send them off to the ether. It was amazing. I still want to play them, but I don't know, I've got like a few copies of the old one. I might do a little video giving them a send-off into essentially Wanderer format, which none of my friends play. Like, nowhere still's trying to advocate for it, but it's just, this card game has so many janky cards, it's difficult. A Firebow Elf, Wings of Ragnarok, Isolate, the Honorable Thief's Guild member, Whirling Winds, Herbivorous, Burbivorous. Ooh, nice, I think I've only gotten 2 of these so far. Ciel and Tia, full art. Oh no, sorry, that's Cecil and Tia. Then we've got Resurrecting Will, phenomenal card, possibly one of the best from this set. Leaf Dragon and Meditation. Boop. So to kind of like backtread a little bit on, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, it seems, in the community. There's not too many people griping about it. It just bothered me personally because I don't like companies like strong-arming people into buying a shit ton of their product when essentially the only reason that people stopped buying so much of the product was because of bad creative and business decisions that they themselves implemented in the past. Here's looking at you, Battle for Antarctica. Okay. But like, do you think they're going to be able to backpedal and kind of get some good press when they make the highest tier Force of Will rewards card be an Uber of the new Cog? Maybe not. Kind of like how they did for Gil Alhamet back at the end of Lapis Cluster. Maybe, I don't know. The Technique Gem Warrior, Time Composing Elf, Firebird, Leaf Fairy, Leaf Assassin, Power Gem Warrior, a full art Leaf Dragon. Hey, you stay over there, Dragon Leaf dude. Then we've got Holy Prince's Nanny Crichton, Night of the Black Moon, The End of Dreams. But I mean, really, if you think about it, the people who can't afford to buy that many sets and stuff like that, and don't want to go online and pay the $50 US or whatever it is to get the card and then pay the shipping for it so they can get it, are probably not buying enough packs to be able to get the highest tier Uber anyway. So realistically, even if they did that, it wouldn't really help much. The Dragon Lord's Breath, Mount Holy Bodyguard Squad, the Resistor of Destiny, Sprinting Time Horse, Time-Bound Spirit, the Essence of the Void. Oh, there's the money, there's the money. A full art 0. Boom, I got me 2 of them now. Nice. Though, funny enough, apparently that thing's dropped in like value a lot. So, oh, because people don't read card effects very well. Actually, this one's kind of hard to read either way because of the full art. But it says, entities you control gain whenever this card is targeted. So it's whenever this card is targeted by a spell, not your opponent, a spell or ability. Cancel that spell or ability. This ability only triggers once per turn. So if you were wanting to run a deck where you buff your creatures or do anything like that, guess what? That triggers, so it becomes essentially pointless. The Last Thunder is the rare. And we've got Glint of Insight and Knight of the Black Moon as the last couple of cards in that pack. So, yeah, apparently people were, I wouldn't say overestimating, but definitely hyping the value of the card a little too much. And then apparently it dropped from being like a $25 US card to, I think, less than $10 US. Which is, like, I mean, it's a substantial card drop, especially from... And I'm really hoping, like, I really hope out to you guys, because, like, I want you guys to spend a decent amount of money on this card game without spending too much and have fun and, like, I mean, just keep it interesting. I really hope that you guys didn't lose a lot of money investing in that card and then essentially the market's tanking on it. Power of the Emperor, Mount Holy Bodyguard Squad, the Power Strike, Black Leaf, Time-Bound Spirit, Red Leaf, a full art, Witch's Lament. Lamont. We've got, oh, a Cecil and Tia. Nice. See, I said I didn't have more than one, and now I've got 2 just from this box. Winds of Guidance, and the last one is Vivian, the Envoy of Rebirth. Rebirth? Yeah. Okie dokes. We've got the Witch's Minion, Zhang Zhang's Bodyguard, Ray's Gale, Lightning Speed Crash, Fifth Element, the Windblade Elf, another full art Grimia's Fairy. Ooh, so good. I haven't seen a lot of alternates yet. Have you guys been pulling alternates? Like, I've been seeing like maybe 2 so far. The Ethereal Wind Magic Stone, The Path We Part, and Knight of the Black Moon. Because, yeah, like, even... I mean, I don't know if they've been making alternates more rare as the sets went along in Rare Cluster, but I feel like back in Ancient Knights and even the subsequent advent of the Demon King, I was pulling way more alternates than I have so far in the pre-release kit and this first half of a booster box. Like, and that's good. I mean, that's what rarity should be for Seville. That's what rarity should be. You should be able to see like 1 or 2 per box of that certain card or something like that, right? And that makes sense. The Blue Leaf, the Leaf Assassin, the Windblade Elf, the Honorable Thief Guild Master, Member, Witch's Lament, the Dragon Lord's Breath, Everlast... get out of here. I don't like you. Ooh, Lorite's 7 Disciples. And the Path We Part, and the 3 Sisters of Time. Okay, that wasn't that crazy of a pack. So do you guys enjoy the videos of like the spoilers and stuff like that? I've been trying my best to distance myself from them as much as possible, just because, I mean, sometimes you just can't, you can't not look, you know? You can't avoid the temptation of knowing what's coming up next. I don't know, I've refused to do them up to this point, and I'm gonna probably keep not doing them in the future. But it seems like, okay, if you're really interested, just go onto the Facebook page or whatever and go look them up, and then you don't have to, I don't know, like sit through a video. You could just like, oh, that's a cool effect, that's a cool effect, that's a nice art, write a comment, press a like or whatever, share it with your friends on Facebook. But I always thought that like making videos about it, like, and I guess you guys probably care about the content creator's opinion on the cards, but it's just like, do you want the card spoiled? Don't you want to like open up a pack and be like, whoa, look at all this cool stuff that I didn't know about? Jewel Illusion, the Praying Mermaid, Dread Touch, Burnt Cooking, Sleeping Vampire, Aura of Hope, really good card. The Blue Leaf, full art, very nice, oh yeah. We got another rabbit, the Autumn Psycart, boop, and then we've got the End of Possession and Alexandrite's Crash. So, because like I could make those videos too if you guys want to. Just like, it seems that they are decently popular on places like TGC Scrubs or DM0 whatever who's it's. But like, I don't know. I almost enjoy the discussion that happens on Facebook more, because then you're just some guy and you're just talking to some other guy, and then you guys are like, oh yeah, this card looks great. It's like, oh, this card's going to sweep the meta, and this card's going to be crazy overpowered, or this card is garbage, but the art is cool. And that dynamic isn't really happening in a video. You've already taken the precedent and you've given your opinion on it, and then, I don't know, the likelihood of people really responding isn't that big. Sprinting Time Horse, Wings of Ragnarok, Fifth Element, Blue Leaf, Technique Gem Warrior, White Leaf, a full art Piece of My Nightmares. I actually am terrified of that card. Ooh, another Lord's Disciples. Okay, that's interesting. Eruption and Bird of Demise. Because, I don't know, I need to find new ways of creating content for this. Again, I've taken a little bit of a hiatus just because of work, and just because I haven't really been super interested in the last little bit of the stuff that's come out. Like, I wasn't really a huge fan of the Time Spinning Witch set. We've got Bloodied Winds, Fairy of the Holy Tree, Jewel Illusion, Requiem of the Soul, Dark Bakuro, Zhang Zhang's Bodyguard, a full art Knight of the Black Moon. Yeah. Winds of Salvation, The Last Audience, and Meditation. But, yeah, so I wasn't very interested in the set that came out before this one. And okay, let's see if we can power through the rest of this box, because I don't want to make another, like, 3-hour video. Power Gem Warrior, Witch's Lament, the Demon in the Moonlight. Terrifying, just terrifying. Look at that thing. The Witch's Minion, the Dread Touch, Blue Leaf, another full art Inheritor of the Stars, Guild Lapis. 2 of them in the same box? Damn, what are the chances of that? I don't think very high. The Moonlit Canopy, the Time Dilation, and one of my favorite chants from this set, the Spirit Searching. Oh man, I don't know what's up with my coughing today. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We've got Grimia's Fairy, still haven't seen an alternate yet. The Red Leaf, Sleeping Vampire, Leaf Fairy, Power of the Emperor, Bloodied Winds. Okay. A full art, weird, faded looking Ultra Dragon Shooting Star. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not impressed with these boops. I don't like those boops. The Magic Stone of Time, that's a good boop. We've got the Gem Blade, Amacinth, and the Beast of Light. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could definitely use an alternate Lorite, because I actually didn't pull all that many Lorites. I don't really play them that much, but I wouldn't mind having a full play set of them. Come on, come on. Schwanka? Okay. Ooh, I think this is the first time I've seen a pack that opens with Aura of Hope. Blackleaf, Demon of Nightmares, the Zhang Zhang's Bodyguards, Raise, Gale, Isolate, another full art White Leaf. I think I might have a playset now. The Unyielding Dragon Lord Ragnarok. Haven't gotten a full art of this one, so that'd be nice to see. Then we've got The Night Before the Decisive Bang and Kintaro's Partner. Ooh, we're getting close. Let's keep on keeping on. Keep them open up, little pieces of plastic that will take 3,000 years to break down. We've got Leaf Fairy, we've got Honorable Thief Guild Member, the Power of the Emperor, the Fire Bow Elf, Blackleaf, a Fireburb, a whoa! That's awesome! Okay. Okay, this has been a really good box. Like a really good box. Okay. That's a fuller Resurrecting Will right there, folks. Then we've got the Magic Stone of Time. Nice thing, I might have a playset now. I only pulled like one of those in the last pre-release box. One or two. Time Dilation and Invitation to Vanilla Hala Hala Malala. Do 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 do. Boop. Okay. Now we've got Lightning Speed Crash, Burnt Cooking, Technique Gem Warrior, Aura of Hope, my boy's horse, a full art The Witch's Minion, and I got a non-full art Zero. Okay, I've got more than a playset now. The Gemblade Amethyst and the Spirit of Time. Schwanka. Okay, let's grab from this pile. Ooh, after this one, I think we're down to our last 6 packs. Damn, this has been a really good box so far. 2 zeros. I got that alternate shooting star that I'm not super psyched about. The only thing I haven't seen so far is a ruler. I've gotten a bunch of time magic stones, which apparently are decently hard to find. I wonder if the value on the full art of that one kept its price up even after zero tanked. The Bloodied Winds, my boy. Requiem of the Soul, Resistor of Destiny, Power Gem Warrior, Herba Werba. Ooh, another full art Naughty Child's Chastising. Yes! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. The Moonlit Canopy. Oh, that's a rare. Boop. Apparently this is the locale where Mikage gave Rhea her immortality. But here's the weird part. Okay, so that's part of the lore. Okay, Force of Will, you did this, not me. You did this. Why does Rhea not have either on her actual ruler card or easily accessible through a themed card for her playstyle, like for instance a mystery chant, something that gives her imperishable, if she has in fact inherited the ability of immortality from her father, Big Papa Mikage Saijiro? Riddle me this, Force of Will. Riddle me this. And then another Child's Chastising was the last card of that pack. Danger zone, we're reaching the danger zone. We've got the Witch's Minion, Grimia's Fairy, still haven't seen an alternate, Lightning Speed Crash, Dark Bakura, actually haven't seen any alternates in this box so far, jeez. Isolate, Time Composing Elf, a full art Rabbit Dude, Wanka, then we got Kintaro, Schwanka, and then Every Last Ounce of Strength, you're not getting a sound effect, and the Spirit of Time. I think in the case of the Spirit of Time, actually gonna see if I can get my hands on a few of the promos if my locals actually starts bringing in new promos. My shop, I love my shop, but they haven't brought in new promos for a little while. And I've looked at the promos or the promo for that particular card, and it is actually nicer than the original art, in my very humble and completely irrelevant opinion. Okay, we've got Wings of Ragnarok, the Essence of the Void, Honorable Thief Guild member. This name is too freaking long. The White Leaf, the Herba, the Magic Soldier of Time, a full art, Ray's Gale. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a full art. And we got Holy Pig Squadron, that's the rare, boop. And then we've got Alexandroid's Crash and the Bird of Demise. Okay, ladies and gents, last 4 packs. Let's make them count. If I had bought these packs all just separately, this would have been kind of a kick in the ass. And actually, I didn't even think about that. This might be one of those mythical boxes that I've been talking about so much with the new ruler percentages that might not even have a ruler in it. So it's either in my hand in one of these 3 packs, or if I had bought these individually from a store, like, I would literally have had to go directly to the bottom of the box to be able to get a ruler. Or, yeah, it might not even have a ruler at all. So, we've got Lightning Speed Crash, Grimia's Fairy, still no alternate, Force of Will. Where is it? The Fire Bow Elf, Windblade Elf, Fairy of the Holy Tree, the Magic Soldier of Time, the Whirling Winds, full art. We've got Reunion between the Master and the Pupil. That is the rare. Or, yeah, it is a rare. Everlance Out of Suck and the End of Dreams. Okay. Down to the last 3. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. This is the pack with Rhea. I got a feeling. Ooh, also, I didn't ask my local dudes if they had pulled a God pack yet, so we might get a God pack. This isn't a God pack. Okay, we've got Firebird, Leaf Assassin, Power Gem Warrior, Mount Holy Bodyguard Squad. That's another card with a really, really needlessly long name. Oh, the Power Strike. What does that say? What does that say? What does that say right there? Okay, Force of Will. Quit reading my brain, bruh. Quit reading my brains. Force of Will. Finally freaking got one. I finally got one. And you know what the funny part is? I literally ranted in the first videos for this set that I would never use this. I just wanted to get one. Boom. There we go. Variant. Never going to use it because I actually think that the fact that the original version has Drain and Flying is just way better. Okay, then we've got... That's... Okay, pack it up. Pack it up, everybody. We're good. We're done. We've got the Dread Touch full art. Oh, so that's how it works. The variant takes up the slot of the card before the full art, and then after the full art, you get your rare. Okay, we've got Jang's the Holy Prince, Boopski, then Leaf Dragon, and Lava Majine. Okay, front and center, soldiers. I got 2 of you left. Taking volunteers. Who's gonna have that Rhea? Is it you? Your little croopily bit, your little crumple. Okay, here we go. Quite literally the second final countdown. Let's see if we can get ourselves a Rhea in this here package, or even I'll even take a Feeth. Boopski. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We've got Praying Mermaid. We've got the White Leaf, Power Strike, Bird Cooking, Shang-Shang's Bodyguard, Red Leaf. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. That's a full art, The Last Thunder. Okay, it wasn't this one, so we're down to our last pack. Maybe I'm a lucky son of a gun, or maybe I lucked out, struck out. The Life or Death Struggle, Mother's Love. I think this card is just so cute. And then the Dragon Hunter. Oh, here we go. I channel all of my dark energy into this pack. Okay. Pray for me, guys. Pray for me. This might actually be my first forcible box ever to not get a ruler. Ever. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm sweating. Do you guys see that? Oh, I'm so nervous. Ooh. Okay. We've got Technique Jamoir Technique. The Praying Mermaid. We've got Dread Touch. We've got Lightning Speed Crash. We've got Burnt Cooking. We've got Whirling Winds. Okay. Okay, this is a phenomenal card. Even if I don't get a ruler, I'm really happy that I finally pulled a full art. The second advent of Hope Grimea. Seed of Rebirth, Kentaro's Partner, and Restoration. Okay, it happened, guys. It happened. I did not pull a ruler in this box. So far, out of opening up a pre-release kit, which is the equivalent of 2 booster boxes, I pulled 3 rulers, which is lower than what we should expect, which would have been 4 for that quantity. I mean, unless pre-release kits have different percentages. And then this is my first of 2 booster boxes that I open, and zilch, not a big old zeros goose egg for rulers. So no ruler in this box. My disappointment is immense. My day is ruined. I'm not going to open the next box yet. That one I'm going to actually open with Dayman. And we're not going to discuss too much about... I'm not going to worry about reading out the cards and stuff like that in the next video. That one's just going to be about discussing the set so far and just what we felt about Rhea Cluster and all that stuff. So that was it, guys. Like, this was the last pack. And I keep goggling the camera, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got Full Art's second advent of Hope Grimea. And then Seed of Rebirth. And yeah. So that was it. Cool. Okay. That was, yeah. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Lasai. And damn it, I still didn't get a Welser in this whole box again! I'm never gonna get that second Welser. Ugh.